Well, this is Western Kiwi Country, and here's what I'm going to mention about like your everyday truck or automobile. Like most people, when you buy like a used vehicle, here's what I have to say about it. Used pickup trucks or something. Most people put these in there, and really, you may or may not notice this, but tuners like Age, Use, and Attitude, Bully Dogs, and all them freaking tuners. Like, here's an Edge. CTS, but really, those right there can go in the government and stuff. But really, why I would say do not put a tuner on your automobile, because of one, you could be harming your transmission, and you're pushing past PSI levels if it's a diesel. And frankly, you're always going to have to look at like common problems. And frankly, it's just, I admit that's the reason why most of these trucks or something are rolling coal or something. Is like, if you get an edge use and attitude, it's like a level 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But still, I would have to stay away from it because the resale value is going to decrease on the vehicle. And half the trucks or something that they're selling you or something when you see them, really the only problem I really have to look at is like, what is the history of the truck or something. That's what I'd always say. And literally, I'd have to also mention that a lot of these other trucks or something, when they have here's a picture of a tuner right there. There right there is I think it's a Hydrotech or something like that. Really, I would stay away from that still, but it's some kind of mod or something. It's like something related to your engine and stuff. And frankly, I admit, I would rather use something recommended to help the engine breathe, because tuners can help increase gas mileage. Heard a story that one guy had about like getting some odd miles per gallon off of them, and one, when you put a tuner on there, one, you'd have to use bigger head studs, because tuners or something, if you do not put head studs on there, one, you're gonna have to get a head job, meaning they're gonna have to put bigger head studs on your engine, the top part of your engine. If it's a dealer or something, they have to do that, or either a gas, they're still gonna have to do that, because of one, you're putting more horsepower in there. And frankly, I don't know how much it could be. Some of them could have about, as a diesel, very easy. Most of the tuners might get you up to run like 600 horsepower or more or something. I don't really know. It all depends on what all you put into them. And frankly, I would not want to use tuners, because tuners are not worth it in the long run. And frankly, what I say about a tuner is, when I admit you get better gas mileage, more horsepower, and frankly, I'd hate that the fact about the tuner, I have to look at my transmission, and I'm actually pushing it actually harder than what it's supposedly ran, and that's what's probably going to cause you to blow a head gasket. And next, probably going to lose power because of kind of that, because of it's actually pushing too hard, and it might be caused to heat up or something, or using too much power than needed. And another thing about them is, about tuners, if I ever wanted to get more horsepower or something, I'd rather just use a K&N air filter. That's what I'd rather use. But my automobile, I use a K&N oil filter and air filter. But I don't have a K&N cold air intake. But if I wanted more horsepower, if it's a gas or something, I'd rather use a cold air intake, a K&N product. And so else I could do, but most stock engines or something like those in gases, you cannot actually get more horsepower than what you want. But I admit, they always say that if you want to get a high performance engine or something, you could probably have one built by your stock engine. And then, sorry about that, my eyes itching, but they're saying that when you have a stock engine, the only thing to do is just rebuild it, take it apart, and do that. And well, I guess it may work or may not, but Only thing I always mention, look at them other engines out there that are really that good and see what they say, but that's what they told me at AutoZone. Stock engines, if it's a gas, you won't be able to get very much out of, but diesels, you can get more. But diesels usually can push more. I mean by they can handle more, it's just either used for like heavy duty and pulling. It's actually pulling power. It's like the reason why most people buy diesels is because of one, a V10 or something is a gas guzzler, because of one, it's burning up a whole bunch of gas, and then it's like no different than a lower gear truck. Like you ever heard of a 454 Chevy engine, big block? Those right there are used for pulling power, but really those are really big engines, and they are just gas gunners. And really, if you ever had one of those, believe me, you'd be complaining about gas and something I was told, but haven't owned a big truck before. And frankly, if I owned a big truck, I'd rather go with diesel. All depends. If it's a F-150, I'd rather go with a gas. Depending on what your purpose is. If I had a diesel or something, one I'd be using it for pulling power, or either heavy duty stuff it can handle, but still, I'd rather keep stuff recommended and something that won't cause problems, and keep stuff that will give me a warranty, at least. And exhaust and stuff, but really, they're always talking about if you want like a silent engine or something, it depends on your exhaust. But if you ever have a Flowmaster or something, that right there can increase your horsepower. All depends on how you have some kind of bolt or something like that. There's some kind of thing on there. You can crank it. They could probably explain that to you, but I saw a video of it, but it might be on the internet somewhere, or either Flowmasters or something. Look them up. That's what I'd recommend doing. But a stock exhaust or something are quieter, but duals or something, they're a little bit louder, because of the louder it is, it's like more power. But compared to a diesel or something, they usually say what's making them quiet is, for one, it had to be, one, you got a silence ring connected to the turbocharge, and that's what's making them quiet. But usually from the turbochargers, that's how diesels get their power. And then it's something to do with flow. And the stock exhaust on diesels, I would not like those. If I ever had to get a different exhaust, I'd rather go with a straight pipe, because those they sound better. And frankly, when I hear the engine or something from a stock exhaust from a straight pipe, I kind of notice the difference. It sounds better. It feels like it's getting better flow and better performance. And that's what I'd say to do. So, or either you don't believe me or something, I would say go visit your mechanic if you have any more questions. Or I guess if you had any more questions to ask me or something, put a comment below and I'll be sure to answer your questions. And guess y'all have a good day, and thanks for watching.